Hi Periscope, it's me, Jade Diamond. What's good? I just wanted to share with you, I've been scoping every day about a different chakra. Today we're talking about the solar plexus, which is a really powerful place. Hey Victoria, hey Mellow Tender. Thank you for all the hearts, purple hearts, how gorgeous. And you know what? I just wanted to, so you didn't think I was actually bullshitting you, show you one of these testimonials. This is in my private group, my Sacred Woman Tribe group. Medea sent a message telling me how she'd been offered a massive contract after listening. Hey Peter. After she'd listened to my Lakshmi meditation, she'd been offered a massive contract, like less than 24 hours. And this was on the bottom of another, hey, ECIR 38, I'm not kind of sure what that name is. This was off the back of another testimonial who said they got £250 for new tyres was needed. I discovered I was too much in credit with my energy company, so they've got £200 on the way. Allah Specialist, what's good? They sold something on Gumtree. Somebody paid the money back that they were owed. This was all within 24 hours. Hey, Invender. Hey, Ziptidar. What's going on? So I just want to share this with you guys. I'm having these amazing results, and it's like, although I know it's working, like I know it works, this is what I do, right? The speed at which people are manifesting abundance off the back of this meditation is crazy. So anyway, here's the link. jdiamond.net, free abundance meditation, dead easy. It's free. You put your email address, you put your name in, and you get instant access, yeah? So jdiamond.net. Hey, Sif Brat, what's good? / free abundance meditation. Hey, Chip Kelly's News. Hey, what's good? I'm so glad we've got a full house tonight, man. So what's happening? Let me just try and work this out. Okay, are we a little bit... Hold on, we've got a bit of a booby shot. We don't want that, do we? So I just wanted to talk to you about solar plexus tonight. Each day, like I say, I've been talking about a different chakra. But I had to share these testimonials with you. And like I say, it's not because I don't I'm so surprised that I'm getting good results. But same way, it's like for it to happen that quickly. Like people were doing this meditation last night. Hey, Seth Brat. And they were getting contracts, like massive contracts for their work. Like within 12 hours, people get in £200. I'm good, thank you. On the way to them within 24 hours. This is amazing. So I just really want you to be part of it. If you don't know who I am, I'm Jade Diamond. What's good? My website is jdiamond.net, and I help women create a life that they love. I provide coaching and online courses for inner zen, work-life balance, healing from past hurts and breakups, and helping you to really claim abundance, claim a life that you love. And I do a lot of ceremonial work. I do what's called cacao ceremonies, and that's with both men and women, mixed work. I have a lot of guys who I do like activation, like coaching sessions with one-to-one, but my online courses are more geared towards women, just because I do kind of like more womb work and that sort of stuff, like divine feminine stuff. Although more and more guys are coming to me for work all the time, so we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll set up a new website. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about the sacral chakra. I've been doing a different video each day. It's been amazing. Please share this, by the way. There's like a little man in the corner, right? And you can swipe up, swipe left, swipe right. If anyone can actually tell me which way you swipe on Periscope, I don't understand how that is. When somebody says swipe, I swipe. Someone says invite people, I click the man in the corner and I invite people. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Unless you've got, and of course, if you've got any questions as we go along about the solar plexus, thank you for throwing those chocolate hearts up. If you've got any questions as we go along about the solar plexus chakra energy, then obviously type them, and I'll do my best to share with you what I know. So I'm in the middle at the moment of uploading all this information from my course, the Chakra Goddess Chamber. 8 weeks. Healing through the chakras with goddess energy and transmissions is majorly powerful. Thank you. Keep throwing those hearts up. I love it. But today, anyway, we're going to concentrate on solar plexus energy. And like I said, feel free to type in any questions. So if you don't know where the solar plexus chakra is, it's right here. And it's up between the heart and the navel. So where the belly button is and the heart, it's kind of in the middle. Now, if you're anything like me, you'll I feel a lot of my emotions, my senses as a psychic, as a sensitive, as an empath, or even as someone who's got good gut intuition in business. This is where I feel a lot. So if I get a bad vibe about someone, or I get a bad vibe about a situation, you know where it hits me first? In the solar plexus. If I'm worried, it hits me in the solar plexus. If I'm excited, I get butterflies between the solar plexus and the sacral chakra, I'd say. So this, let me have a look. So I've written down some notes for us to have a chat about. So this, the colour is yellow. So if you need healing in this area, it's really great to wear the colour yellow, eat yellow foods. Yeah, that's a good idea. And it affects the abdomen, the stomach, the liver, the nervous system, the digestive system, and the lower back. So if you've had like issues with malabsorption, if you've had major stomach issues, digestive issues, this can all be related to issues with the solar plexus chakra. And it's massively related to willpower. It's related to will. It's related to power in and of itself, and how we express our personal power. So it can be where the personality is formed, and it's the actual, and again, it's the center, right? It's the center of our physical human body. So it's sort of like almost where the spiritual and the physical meet in this place. You know, and when we start to raise our energy through and from the solar plexus chakra, then we come into the heart. This is where we can really start a lot of our spiritual journey, when we stop thinking just about ourselves and getting our own needs met and manipulating the world to kind of, you know, get what we want, get what we need, and we start to think about other people. Maybe we start to think about when our children are born, or, you know, when we see something challenging in the world, we start to think, gosh, there's more than just me. You know, what do I need to give? Actually, what am I here for? Can I be of service? And when we heal this area about the will, about control, this is the place where we can relinquish almost our will to the higher will. Very, very, very hard to do when we have survival issues and struggles with the solar plexus chakra, to hand ourselves over to the Most High, to the divine will of God, and trust that the goddess is going to do something good for us in our life. No, very challenging at the best of times, but you know, in this place, this is when our spiritual energy starts to rise from a you know, in a really great way. So so when it is in harmony, the solar plexus, there's a feeling of wholeness. Thank you for throwing the hearts up. In the replay, you might not be able to see that, but a few people are throwing loads of hearts up, and I love it. Keep throwing them. And don't forget to share this, right? There's a feeling of wholeness if this place is balanced, inner calm, tolerance of others, balance of the spiritual and material world, high self-esteem in a really positive way. And again, we're coming back to this ability to manifest abundance, because once we've healed the root chakra and we have these basic security issues handled, and then we heal our sacral chakra, which is our emotional world, or the harnessing that sexual energy. Oh, we've got a red heart. Throw me some more. Then we can come into our solar plexus. This is giving us the will to take action on what will bring you abundance. And I mean abundance in money, abundance in love, abundance in health, abundance in business. In all of these ways, you have to have like the will to follow through. And this can really come from this solar plexus energy. And I know for myself, this is both personally for me in my life path, well, this life, my strength and my weakness at the same time, because I'm very driven. And at the same time, I can also be prone to self-sabotage. I can get to a certain point, I chicken out, and then I pull back. And it's solar plexus stuff, you know. So when you got this place really in alignment, your life can really start to soar. Now, if this chakra is out of alignment, or you're excessive, or at least said decessive, that's not a word, is it? Deficient, that's right. So if it's out of harmony, you don't trust the natural flow of life. And you could even say, you know, you don't trust the universe, you don't trust God, you don't trust life itself. Now, it's probably because you've been delivered a life experience so far that's been very challenging. And maybe you've had experiences where you think, really, what the fuck? What is this? This is not cool. This is not how life should be, or how my life should be. And what we do is we stop the flow of life itself, and we stop trusting that where we've been taken and what we're being taken through isn't the end goal. It's what our soul needs to grow so we can be great. But many, 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 many times we get stuck in that difficult place and we don't move through it, we don't heal it, and we come back karmically and repeat these lessons again. You know, your challenges, your difficulties are not where you're supposed to stay. It's just where your soul is supposed to grow. And usually it's those places that will inform you, that will teach you, and will put you on your path of service so that you can have immense success. Many, many people find their resilience, their strength, their tenacity, their compassion, their ability to communicate from the most extremely challenging times. I just really want to remind you of that. So this is where there can be issues of personal power. So there might be excessive ego to mask insecurity. Throw some hearts up if you know some of those people. You might be unsure, innit? You're unsure of your relationship to the outer world. Or conversely, you might turn it inwards and be in turmoil internally, as in you're always in two minds about things. So you've got, on one hand, I could do this, and this would be a really great idea, but on the other hand, that. And there's always this duality, and what happens is it's a form of self-sabotage where you can't just pick a path and go. Sometimes we have to pick a path and go, and it isn't the right way, but at least we picked a path, and then we can go on the right path because we picked the wrong one. Maybe it took us 3 or 4 months. It could be a relationship, it could be a business idea, it could be a way of parenting your kids, and you think, all right, fuck it, I'm going to try it and see. I'm going to give it a bit of time. Sometimes you don't know until you do it. So we get ourselves in this place where we're so scared of doing it wrong that we don't do anything, and then we never learn and we never progress. So sometimes it's okay to fuck it up and to get it wrong. And actually, it's a very important part of our learning experience. Does that make sense? If you've just joined the scope, I'm Jade Diamond from the Sacred Woman Tribe. Hit me up at my website, jaydiamond.net. Follow the Sacred Woman Tribe on Facebook. There's so many tips for like inner zen, health, wellness, work-life balance, claiming your abundance, intuition, all that good stuff. Please do invite people. And if you're watching this as a replay, blessings, sending you so much love. So, let's have a look. Out of harmony. Traumas and abuses. So the things that can make the solar plexus not work to its optimum function. A huge part, and this is in my 8-week course actually, the Chakra Goddess Chamber. And again, if you go to my website, jaydiamond.net, go to the shop, you'll see it quite easily. It starts on the 31st. And shame is a big thing that holds people back, and shame can come in many different guises. It might be around money that we've lost, or an addiction that we've got or had. It might be drama that we create. It might be around our family and family issues. It might be around things that happened to us as a kid, where this shame can come in and we're holding it. And not only are we holding it, we're hiding it. And what that does is it takes a huge portion of our energy away from manifesting the life that we want to love and we want to have. Because we don't even know it most of the time. Our energy is so caught up in keeping all this stuff to one side and keeping a lid on it and kind of keeping it out of sight and out of mind that we can't actually fully focus on creating a life that we love. Throw those hearts up. You really get this. You really understand, I know. So authoritarianism, if you've experienced in your life perhaps a parent, a teacher, someone in your life who told you what to do, when to do it, never would let up. It was like my way or the highway. You're going to do your life my way. Like you weren't even allowed to express as a spirit as a kid. You had to wear certain clothes, look a certain way, speak a certain way, study a certain thing. Then that crushes actually your solar plexus and your ability to make firm decisions yourself without referring to outside references, without worrying so much what other people think. It's like you have to have your own point of reference and your own ability to make decisions in the world, and that comes from healing your solar plexus energy, really being able to move forward with that. What else? If you were raised in a dangerous environment where you felt a lot of that anxiety, perhaps on a daily basis or as a regular occurrence in your home, or you were in a situation where you were raised even just in a neighbourhood where it was very dangerous and you had to be on your toes all the time, or in a war-like situation, as in, actually in a war zone, then you're going to have problems possibly with the solar plexus. Age-inappropriate responsibilities. Many of us were brought up in single parent families, and our parents did the best that they could, but when you have to look after the family, cook for the family, think as a 35-year-old man or think as a 35-year-old woman when you're 13, then you're taking on this will, and what happens is this need to control can start to happen. When you feel out of control in your life, as in your family environment is out of control, the way that people are behaving towards you is out of control, you might not even been in control of your own body and experience if you've been physically abused at any point. You have had this imprinting that's happened to you where the cells and your young psyche, or even if you're in a relationship where you're not feeling you're able to express yourself well, then there's this thing that happens in your psyche where then maybe you need to have control. You become a control freak. You need to control everything all the time because you're so afraid that if you don't, people won't honour you. People won't honour your needs and wants and desires, and they're not going to be respectful. And of course, when we hold a belief, what happens? We attract more people who reinforce that. And then, we get to decide that we're right about the world. I can absolutely tell you, hands down, like that control thing was a big thing for me. And again, in my path to the divine, in my path to really surrendering to God, to the goddess, it's this relinquishing of control. We have this idea that we're fully in control of our lives, and in many aspects we are. But you listen, I do not know many people where life has not thrown them a curveball. Doesn't matter how much you feel you have your life under control. You can be certain. I was watching a video today with Elizabeth Gilbert. She's the lady who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. She always talked about passion, how you need to follow your passion and find your passion, and that is what will guide your life. And she had this huge turnaround, and she was talking about, this need for control, and we don't have to control everything, and also that life can, and the divine can bring you experiences that will absolutely, it might be an unexpected pregnancy. And all of a sudden, the plans you had go out the window. It could be an unexpected redundancy, and the house you were going to buy passes you. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, this was my plan. This is how it's going. I've got my 5-year plan. Those people, I've got my 5-year plan. This is what's going to happen. This is how it's going to happen. And yes, it does happen for some people in that very particular order. But let me tell you, if the divine has another plan for you, if you need to switch jobs, if you need to chill out, if a child spirit wants to come through you, it will come, whether you like it or not, regardless of your 5-10 year plan. So there's this, all of this is kind of related to our solar plexus ability to go with the flow of this life and allow the divine to move through you. We're co-creators, right? In terms of the law of attraction, we co-create this life. We have preferences about what we want our experiences to be. I truly believe we're supposed to have a joyful life and create that. And we go after it. And absolutely we should. And we can create that. And sometimes life will throw you a curveball. And then you make an adjustment. And then you go and create the life that you want to have, right? So, have you got any questions? Do let me know, because I'm going to move on to the healing strategy if you don't. Oh, so let me tell you about this. So, excessive. If your solar plexus is excessive, as in it's overworking, you'd be overly aggressive, dominating and controlling. Throw me some hearts, hands up if you know someone like that, or a few people. The need to be right and have the last word. I know a few people like that too. Manipulative, power hungry, deceitful. All of these things are coming from this solar plexus energy where you don't trust the flow of life and you feel you have to control everything. And when that's way out of control, you can just, these people will step on someone's head to get what they want. An attraction to sedatives because you're anxious all the time. Temper tantrums, violent outbursts, stubbornness, and that kind of type A personality, driving ambition. Absolutely the place where I was coming from a few years ago. Not, it's not a particularly bad or terrible thing, but it can absolutely drive you into anxiety. And again, trying to let the divine in, trying to kind of grow spiritually and into your awakening path. When you feel like you need to be in control of everything, you're going to get your ass kicked. I'll tell you that from experience. What else? That's inherited shame from a parent. That can also be something that really affects your solar plexus. And I mentioned this yesterday. Sometimes an issue that you think you have is not even your own. It doesn't come from your life. It comes from unresolved stuff from your parents and the things that your parents or your immediate family or caregivers or the people who took care of you when you were in care or being fostered put onto you and made you believe was your own. It's not yours. That's a message for someone right now. I don't know who that is, but that just came through for you. If you are deficient in the solar plexus, then you would have very low energy, a very weak will. You'd be what they would say is sheeple. You just follow anybody and do anything with regards to what they say. Easily manipulated, poor self-discipline and follow through. So you've got great ideas perhaps, but you're not activating them because you haven't got the strength of will to see it through the difficult times, through the bumps. So that might be a relationship that you can't stick a relationship out. It might be a business, it might be a career. You're splitting around from career, one job to the next because you can't sit through that uncomfortable time and get to the side of it. And there's a difference, right? There's a difference between knowing when's enough's enough and actually just riding something out until it passes and allowing it to get better again. Poor digestion, a kind of almost like a posture that goes like this, where you sort of collapsed in the middle. It's like a protection of the solar plexus, especially I think when you've been bullied, when you felt bullied. Perhaps if you were bullied at school or as a kid, you sort of even your body posture, you might have seen, it's awful when you see a kid who has posture like that, and it's like they're protecting themselves on every level from the feelings that people push into their solar plexus. What else is about deficient? Victim mentality and being passive, being unreliable, attraction to stimulants. So in a drug aspect and addiction, you constantly need stimulants because you don't feel like you've got enough of your own, and blaming other people. You can't take responsibility. You can't take responsibility for your actions. And what I see is that in each chakra, usually there might be a dominance of excessive or deficient, but you can flip between the two. So you might have like a lack of ability to take responsibility, but also be very aggressive, depending on what's going on. So affirmations for this particular chakra. So if any of that was resonating with you, that you feel you might benefit from healing that chakra, absolutely check out my course, which is the Chakra Goddess Chamber. Go to my page on Facebook, The Sacred Woman Tribe. I don't think anyone else is called that, so it shouldn't be hard. Go to my page, all the info is up there. Go to my website, jaydiamond.net. And if you go to the shop, you go to the Chakra Goddess Chamber on the drop down menu, and there's literally just over 48 hours to go, and then the doors are closing. So if you feel like any of this resonates with you and you want to join, then by all means do. So affirmations. Thank you for throwing all the hearts up, guys. I love it. Look, it's making me dance. It's like I could dance through the whole scope if you were throwing up hearts, the whole scope. Affirmations. Okay, you ready? I honour the power within me. These are just things that you can say a few times each morning. And ideally, looking in the mirror. I know some people absolutely hate that, but it's very powerful. I honour the power within me. I accomplish tasks easily and effortlessly. The fire within me burns. That's about really harnessing your passion and going for it. I can do whatever I will to do. I can do whatever I will to do. So they're your affirmations for the solar plexus chakra. I'm Jay Diamond from the Sacred Woman Tribe. I hope you've really enjoyed this scope. Thank you so much for these gorgeous, wonderful hearts. It's amazing. Please share this scope. I think you can click in the corner, ping, and swipe up, swipe across, I don't know, all that kind of jazz. And come to my website, jaydiamond.net, if you want to join the Sacred Woman Tribe. I'd love to see you in the group. We're having a wicked time at the moment, sharing so many different videos and inspirational things, and that's just what we do all day long. It's a really amazing community of women, actually. And yeah, man, follow me on Twitter as well at Lady Diamond. If you can share this scope. I didn't even know you could do that, but like I saw something came up on my Twitter. Somebody had shared my scope and said, "Oh, this was awesome." I didn't even know you could do that. Apparently you can. If you know how to do it, please do. Okay, guys. So blessings. We'll touch base again tomorrow. We'll be talking about the heart chakra, which will be incredible, obviously. If you have any questions, then tweet me ahead of time or send me a message on Facebook and I can try and answer them in the scope for you. All right. Peace. Bye.